Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I've switched places. I'm on the other side, so the light is hitting me this way instead of behind me. And I'm still catching up on some YouTube videos that I haven't watched in a while. I watched one of Charlene, which is off of her channel Bloom Biblically. I believe that was one I was watching, because she has a few different channels. And then I started another one of Rhonda's that I'm behind on, so I was going to watch a little bit of that. I had a late lunch of a slider that my dad had here, so I thought I would make that. And that's about it. And I've been working on this journal layout, I guess, and I'm still behind on my filling out this journal. So, you'll never guess what I did. I think when I put it down earlier, the air conditioner was on. I turned it off, and so this is my last one, and it was open to this area. Well, there is a few pages in between that I need to fill out. And so I'm on day 25, July 25th. So I need the 26, 27. I mean, it's possible that I would fit all those in the pages that are blank. And I can just use this for August 1st. I'll try to. Maybe I'll just do that since I kind of skipped over. And I'll just go back and do that. So what I've been doing as far as the journaling is concerned is I've used my morning pages. So some of the stuff that I write in there, I'll transfer to this, or if something I remember, especially because I've been doing back journaling. I don't always remember what it is, so I'll check that. I'll check my planner and just different things that I've written down. I'm gonna have to be doing the same thing of the back dating or whatever, back journaling on the planner in this one, because I missed a few days in between, and for some reason I don't know if it was just me or somehow while I was counting the days that I had missed, but I have one extra day in here, so I'm going to go back through this and kind of fill that out eventually. But I did start August, and I don't know if I showed this in another video. I may have already. But these are stickers from the pen and gear stuff that they have at Walmart. So one says I'm happy. I have the coffee cup, of course, and just some other, the rainbow and a flower and a couple flowers actually, and a little a smiling happy face. So inside, I put a sticker here that says, I don't know if you can see that. It says trust the process. And this little flower got stuck. I don't know. I guess I must have had this with some other stuff, and it was on a sheet that I have of stickers. So it got stuck there. So it's going to stay. So I did start this yesterday just to kind of plan ahead of what I was going to do today. And I've done 4 out of the things that I planned. I had 5 things planned for today, and I've done 4 of them. I have 1 that I need to finish and 1 that I still need to do. And these were all pretty simple things. These were just that I was staying with Layla today, so of course I'm doing that. I didn't fill out my daily goal or my priorities yet, so I do need to get in there and get that done. I have to call the library because I renewed some of my books, and I guess I forgot 2 of them, or at least I'm not sure. I may have, but they're different. They're stamped to different dates. And I remember renewing the Little House on the Prairie ones, but I don't know if I renewed the others, and I didn't bring them with me today, so I need to call them. And then I did read Revelation 3 today, and then I read chapter 6 and In His Image. I need to get to chapter 7. So it's nice to have this and be able to mark off those when I'm done. So one thing I wanted to share is, let me see if I can have a bunch of stuff all over the place over here, because I've been kind of working in my journal, and then I have sticky notes of things that I need to do. And then when I was doing my reading in his image, I put it in my commonplace book. So I had, before I just had these little washi tapes that I would put across where I would stop all the regular stuff that I have in here and where I was going to do the study. I didn't have my washi tape with me today, and there is some in the back, but I just didn't go get it. I used these stickers instead. So I have a couple stickers here. And so that'll just be like the reminder that this is where I have notes for the study. So I just have to answer the questions for chapter 6, and it was a really great chapter. So I think that is what I will share with you guys, because I think there was just a lot of really great insights, I guess, that she gave. So let's see. It is called God Most Gracious. And the quote that she has here at the top is, "'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved." John Newton, 1779. We know that's from Amazing Grace. Let me move my microphone a little bit because I don't know how well it is working. I may have to edit that out because let me just put it on, because when I rock, it hits the table, and I don't know if it's making the microphone make that awful noise it does. So in this chapter, she talks a lot about grace. And one thing that stood out to me that I really liked how she put this is, as impossible as it is to understand the sisters of grace and mercy without justice, it would be equally impossible to speak of grace apart from love. Love expresses itself in grace. The grace of God is his unmerited favor, but to define it merely as such is to miss the extravagant nature of that favor. Jesus declared that he had come not just that we would have life, but abundant life in John 10:10. He purchased for us not just a merciful reprieve from the penalty of death, but an introduction into a life of grace beyond measure. And I think about that, and I struggle giving myself grace. Because I know when I don't do all the things that I set out for myself to do, I struggle giving myself grace and being okay with that. And I tend to beat myself up about it and try to force myself to do the things that I want to do, even though my body's telling me, no, you need to hold off, and you can get to that another day. So it was just, I love how she talks about grace, like love expresses itself in grace. So learning to love myself, learning to love others, we would extend grace, just as he loves us and extends grace to us. And we cannot earn that grace. It's a free gift that he gives us, just like salvation. And I think that's true too for the way we need to give grace to others. We can't expect someone to earn our grace, and we don't earn theirs. It's something that they give freely, and we can give freely as well. And that's how we express love for each other. Another thing that I underlined was, his grace is the expression of his love towards sinners, a demonstration of favor that is not merely adequate, but abundant. It is a simple acknowledgement of a parental fact: I love you more. In the beginning of this chapter, she talked about dropping off her mom at her apartment, and when she would tell her mom, I love you, her mom would tell her, I love you more. And she said as a teenager that it would really bother her, because she's like, it's not a competition, we love each other. But when she became a parent, she said she understood that it's just a fact that our parents love us more. They loved us longer. They loved us first. They loved you as you were being formed in your mother's womb. And it's a different love that a parent has for a child than a child has for a parent. Now, I don't have any children, so I can't speak from experience, but But the way that people talk about the love that they have for their children, this makes sense to me. You can hear she says, like, by definition, grace cannot be earned, which is good, because we have no righteousness of our own with which to secure any good thing from him. He bestows grace as he pleases, and he does so perfectly. And it just, to think of all the things that we've done in our lives, all the things that we've done wrong, all the things that we've done wrong on purpose, not just that we failed and we hurt somebody not intentionally or whatever, but there's a lot of times that we just choose to go down the wrong path, being rebellious, and sometimes just wanting to be outright sinful, just for the pleasure of it all. And even at that, he extends grace to us, and he extends his forgiveness, and he doesn't leave us the same. Let's see. She talks here about the garden, and I underlined this whole paragraph, and it says, no sooner does sin enter the garden than grace appears. Clothing Adam and Eve in animal skins, God himself supplies. It is God who provides the first sacrifice, as it is God who provides the last. Grace from the garden to Golgotha, grace from Golgotha to this generation, and grace shall lead us home. And we know that the path is narrow to get to that place, to get to that eternal salvation. It's a hard path. It's not easy. It's a place where we're going to suffer hardships. We're going to suffer at the hands of our enemy, Satan, and his demons, because he wants to steal and kill and destroy anything that he can that's in us, around us, our families. And it is so easy to fall into that trap, especially with the way the world is and all the hardships that we're going through and all the things that happen, sickness and everything. It is easy to fall into that trap of blaming God and being angry at God, and when it was choices at times made by ourselves, the things that we've done, the things that we've chosen to do and bring into our lives. And sometimes it just is what it is, because we live in a broken world, and we live in a world that is run by Satan. And as sad as that is to even think about, it is what's happening. And we could still live a life of abundance and a life of joy and a life of peace if we live according to his word. And earlier on in this page, she shares John 1:17. The law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. So, it's there are still rules. There's still rules to life. There's rules for everything. There's rules that we have to adhere to just in our daily lives. And God has set his own rules, and they're not to punish us. It's to give us that life that's more abundant, because when we follow these rules, and of course we're still going to fail, we're going to mess up, we're going to stumble. That's just human nature, and that's just life. But if we try our best to live that life, to live the life according to his word, then we can have a better life, because we're going to be trying to do the good things. We're going to keep ourselves away from the things that can hurt us for the most part. Like I said, we're still going to fail and everything, but we have a focus, and we can understand that in the end, there's victory, there's eternal life. So we have to keep that focus. And you know, if you read through the 10 Commandments and you read through the Word and find all the things that He says that we should and shouldn't do, we're not doing it in our own strength. We have the Holy Spirit, and that's who helps us to overcome our fleshly nature, to want to give into whatever sin or whatever like thing that can hurt us. So like in previous videos before these ones that I filmed today, you know, I talked about wanting to get healthier, to make healthier choices. Well, if I follow the rules of how to eat healthy and then I'm going to have a better life, right? I'm going to feel better. I'm not going to have so many stomach aches. I'm not going to deal with so much inflammation, so much pain, so much fatigue and headaches and all the stuff that comes with that. I will feel better. So the rules aren't for punishment. They are for our benefit. And so I think that's one thing that, you know, this chapter has taught me, you know, just there's grace, and He's going to give us the strength to follow the rules that He has put forth. Now,